Hello, everybody, and welcome to something that me and Steven are doing.
Yes.
Welcome to glorious me and Steven ramble about alternate history idea we had, because why not? I see you in chat, by the way.
Beautiful.
Who is this? Yeah, who is this debiel with me? Who is the beautiful voiced man? Uh, okay, if you haven't already noticed, Ryan, we haven't determined boats yet.
Crying.
We haven't determined boats yet for
Bismarck,
Balkans.
Bismarck,
Bismarck survives the war and is sold to the Balkan
we
Federation.
buy it. We buy it and you use it until like 2019 where we finally retire it.
Okay, but we have tanks figured out. Okay, so
Sent it. Go on.
you see our glorious picture right there. I hear a dog in the background squeaking a toy.
This is my Tom Jackson.
Tell Jackson to go heck himself.
I will rule Balkans, Jackson, get out.
I will rule Balkans, fuck you. Oh god, oh god. Okay, so basically, this is an idea that we had, like, a couple of hours ago. During the Kerbal Space Run live stream. Basically, we made this idea that during World War II, Greece and Yugoslavia signed a treaty saying that they would unite after the war. But
yeah,
then,
because King Peter of Yugoslavia was going to marry, what was her name? Prince what?
I forget her name. Hold up,
It was some queen of Greece, and they were going to marry and merge their countries as like a confederacy.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
something
So
like that.
the Greco-Yugoslav Confederation. Basically, it was basically called this was a part of a larger plan called the Eden Plan, which was to create a series of states roughly running from the Baltic to the Mediterranean, to basically draw a wedge between Germany and the Soviet Union, so that the Soviet Union could expand into Western Europe, and the Greco-Yugoslav Confederation was supposed to be the first part of it. And they signed an agreement. I guess the leader of the Serbian resistance, or not him. Actually, the Prime Minister of Greece at the time, Emanuel Tesondoros, and some guy from Yugoslavia named Slobodan Janovovic, who I think it's a Serbian last name, yeah. They basically signed an agreement.
Nevin Karas.
Yeah, they basically signed an Nevin Karas. Nevin becomes the Prime Minister in like 2019 and bans anime. Okay, that's so back to what I was saying. So yeah, they basically signed something that basically said that they would unite their countries afterwards, and here we go. They would unify their monarchies, so King Peter of Yugoslavia would marry Princess Alexa of Greece, who was, who they did actually marry.
Big girl.
Apparently they did marry after the war, but that never happened because Yugoslavia's like, I want to be communist now. So that's our basic idea. Basically, the Balkan Federation is going to consist of Cyprus, Greece, Bulgaria, Albania, and then post-war Yugoslavia with like.
Cyprus.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking.
Cool.
Yeah, what I'm thinking
It'll
is
be the vacation spot.
Yeah, basically.
Tourist money.
So basically, the point of divergence where things start to go different is where Joseph Broz Tito dies in prison. In 1930.
Stalin just beans him.
No, the because during the late 20s and early 30s, he was in prison like 5 times.
He was in prison during then, alright.
Yeah, so he dies in prison in 1930,
yeah.
How
about we say he dies of tuberculosis? Let's say that.
He dies of something in prison. And basically what ends up happening is that the Yugoslavian communist movement is fractured after that. Which, some small side effects that I really don't really know what they would be, to be honest, until the war. So, basically, World War II happens, Italy invades Greece, that pretty much goes the same. Actually, it goes differently, because Britain, one of the main issues Greece was having during that war, the Greco-Italian War, before Germany intervened, is that Greece didn't have a proper air force, and that was a major. That was a major problem for them, which really they could have advanced more into Albania if they had a proper air force. But there's actually a story of one Greek pilot taking some civilians' plane and like bombing Vlore in Albania by himself or something like that. It's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, the invasion lasts. The Greece invades Italy. Italy invades Greece. That goes the same. One of the major differences is Tsar Boris III of Bulgaria. He joined the Axis because he didn't want Bulgaria to be crushed. Instead, he makes the decision to resist occupation of, to resist the Nazis. So the Romanians invade Yugoslavia. They invade Bulgaria, and Tsar Boris is captured and eventually executed by the fascists there, Bulgarian fascists, in a puppet state. I'm thinking an Italian puppet state is set up in Bulgaria. And then, basically, they invade Greece. That goes it goes slightly better for the Allies. And then they retreat to Crete. And then Operation Mercury, which was the German invasion of Crete, fails. Meaning that they can use it as an aircraft. Basically, the reason behind Operation Mercury was that the Germans was afraid that the British would use Crete as basically a massive aircraft carrier to raid Romanian oil fields in the Balkans, which, I mean, probably would, yeah. So they don't manage to capture Crete, and then Barbarossa happens around the same time, mostly because Germany needs that oil. They need that sweet Caucasus oil, and then the main thing that changes is Turkey joins after they wipe. Basically, I'm thinking that something different in North Africa happens. Maybe the Germans pull out earlier, like they don't like hold up in Tunisia or something, or maybe Torch is more successful or something, which means that by the end of 1942, the entirety of North Africa is wiped out, and then Turkey joins the war, and they launch an offensive into the Balkans, which liberates most of it. And they liberate most of the Balkans by like 1944, and that leads to Italy still switches sides, but that leads to most of the Balkans being liberated. Maybe D-Day happens slightly later, and then the Soviet Union stuff in the Soviet Union happens pretty much on schedule, except they managed to. I think our idea was the Soviets managed to get to the Rhine. I think.
Yeah, they managed to get to the Rhine much faster because the Germans are much weaker.
Yeah, because they had to defend in Italy, the Balkans, and.
Yeah, and because the German forces are weaker, they're mostly old Panzer IIs and IIIs, so they're very weak at the teeth. They can easily pen them because most of the Tigers are down south.
Yeah, the war is won roughly around the same time, earlier 1945, and by the end of 1945, the Balkan Kingdom of the Balkans, or Balkan Confederation, is formed, and that's Yugoslavia, Greece, Bulgaria, Albania, and Albania. But one thing that happened during the war was there was a lot of. Because despite Tito being dead for about like 15 years, the partisans in Yugoslavia the communist partisans in Yugoslavia still fight with the Chechniks and all that, and there's still communists in Greece. So the new Balkan Confederation has to fight a massive civil war in order to protect themselves, which the Soviet Union funds, but they managed to fail it. And basically, during the Civil War, Britain. And the U.S. give the Balkan Federation a bunch of tanks, including Australia, which is where we get into why we have the Sentinel pictured. Basically, Australia gives the Balkan Federation. The Balkan Federation buys the Sentinel designs off of Australia and manages to improve them.
And by then, Australia made about 65 holes of the AC-1, and they were basically fully completed, so they shipped them all north to the Balkan Federation, and then they made a little bit of modifications to the motor to make it a bit more powerful and made it a bit more and deterrent, and of course increase the survivability.
Yeah, because
yeah, it wasn't too safe.
yeah. What else? So yeah, the war, basically that happens, and then the Balkan Federation War. I'm thinking the Civil War ends around 1952, but things only really start to calm down around 1958, and then the communists just kind of are mostly defeated.
Yeah, they disperse into a much smaller underground war sources in towns like Athens and Belgrade and Sofia.
They disperse underground, and I actually had the idea. What's that island? I forget. Yavos?
Which island?
It's the southernmost. It's the southernmost island of Greece. Yavanos. Yavanos?
Yeah.
Basically,
let's just call it Yamanos.
Yamanos, yeah, Yavanos. I think that's how you call it.
Yeah. Let's just call it.
I'm Greek. That island, I'm just gonna call it G Island. So
G.
My dad's gonna ream me for not pronouncing it right, but basically one of the places where we thought we had this great idea, where one of the places the communists dispersed to is Yalos Island, because historically during the Greek Civil War, they fled to this. A lot of the Greek communists, especially on Crete, fled to this island and set up shop. So we're thinking that they flee to this island and they're they disguise as just normal civilians, but they actually have like massive weapon stashes. And then in like the late 1960s, they start a massive bombing terror campaign from this island, and they declare themselves the communist government of the Balkan Federation. And then,
it's like Sealand.
Yeah, they only control this island.
And they're not recognized at all by any nation.
Yeah, but Greece manages to, the Balkan Federation, they just kind of ignore these guys for a while. Like, they declare independence, but they're like the People's Republic of Yavados, and they're like, yeah, okay, but then they start to fund, they start giving weapon stashes, they start bombing, and then they commence Operation Odysseus, which paratrooper invasion. You know why I chose that name?
Which year was this?
This would be around 1968.
This is the last time since the Sentinel was used in combat by the communists. They buy a bunch from a military surplus, and they get easily crushed by the much newer T-24 tanks that have oscillating turrets that were just introduced in the 1950s and are very popular.
Yeah. So, if you're wondering why I chose Operation Odysseus, is apparently it is the island, because the Odyssey. Apparently, this is the island Odysseus was stranded on for 500 years or something like that. So that's why I chose that name. So yeah, that happens. Some other foreign things. I'm thinking that Greece, because of Turkey joining the war, and launching a second front in the Balkans, the Balkan Federation and Turkey actually have good relations, because historically Turkey supported the creation of the Balkan Federation. So they signed a friendship treaty in 1947. And,
it's the Brotherhood of Steel. It's called the Brotherhood of Steel.
It's called the Pact of Steel or something. I don't know. The Brotherhood. We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Brotherhood of Steel.
We are the Brotherhood of Steel. So yeah, and I'm thinking that because Turkey takes obviously a more.
There we go.
Okay.
What?
Oh, never mind.
I'm just turning on lamp.
Oh, lamp. I'm thinking that basically the Arab-Israeli war still goes. I'm thinking because of the Turkey and the Balkan Federation, they're obviously more closer to the Allies and Britain. Because during the Arab-Israeli war, Britain sponsored Israel, which basically means that. Oh, what happened?
No, I thought Beam Tanks 5 was brand new, but then I saw it was. I thought it said 3 hours ago, but it said 3 months ago. So I'm like, oh, never.
You absolute idiot! You deal.
Watch it again. Cause it's funny as hell.
When we're done with this isn't going to be long. So basically, Turkey intervenes in the Arab-Israeli war in the Balkan but the Balkan Federation's occupied with their civil war. And then like the Turkey occupies like northern Syria, like basically all that land in northern Syria that they occupy now, like Iraq and stuff. And like,
now we gotta talk about our involvement in the Israeli skirmishes.
yeah, like
the
Greece.
Suez Crisis.
Oh yeah, there's another crisis around that time, the Iran crisis. And I'm thinking that because obviously the Soviet Union, they have more of Germany, but obviously they have less land in the Balkans because they don't have Bulgaria. Yugoslavia, even then, was, especially early in the Cold War, Yugoslavia was out with the Soviets before the Soviet Tito split, Stalin Tito split. So I'm thinking that the Soviet Union would probably have more. They'd probably try to hold on or like even annex some of the territory that they had in the northern Balkan in Iran. And so they occupied northern Iran. During that time, a Azerbaijani republic was declared in northwestern Iran, as well as a Kurdish republic. And I'm thinking that that Kurdish republic in the Soviet Union sponsors terrorist groups in western Turkey for Kurdistan, which might be another flashpoint. And then when the Soviet Union falls, like the Turkey goes in and occupies it, or something. And then the Arab crisis, the Suez crisis. So that's around the time the Civil War is ending. So they can the Balkanians or the Balkaners. They can I don't know.
Balkaners. I was gonna call them Balkaners. Sounds pretty
Balkaners, yeah. They can free up troops to help them in the Suez crisis, because they're right there. And Turkey also, I guess, helps in the Suez crisis. Like they send tanks down.
Yeah.
And the issue, the main thing, actually, one thing I didn't think of until now is that they would have to open up what would be interesting is that might escalate into, because obviously with Turkey getting involved in the Arab-Israeli war, that's a much larger conflict. But with the Suez crisis, with Turkey and the Balkan Federation supporting Britain and France, that might evolve into a larger crisis with Syria and Egypt on one side. Because how are you going to get tanks? How are the Balkaners and the Turks going to get tanks down to the Suez?
Like, without the Suez Canal,
they can send their navy. Like, how are they going to help bring down to invade?
I want an excuse where Egypt commits the Gulf of Tonkin and like does this thing like what Japan did and what Germany did, and do this thing they inflict on themselves and blame it on the Balkaners or the Turks, something like that.
Yeah,
that's an excuse to invade the Sinai Peninsula, and they end up getting pretty close to Jerusalem.
Well, what I was thinking is the Arab-Israeli war obviously ends a lot differently. I'm thinking that Palestine is wiped out. They occupy Israel. Basically, anything that they got in, like, what was it? The 74 war or the 67 war? One of those wars around that time where they occupied the Sinai. I'm thinking that Israel also occupies the Sinai. And Egypt still... Egypt basically has some kind of... They pull, like, a Gulf of Tonkin or, like, a Polish radio incident...
as I was saying.
Against Israel.
And they do, yeah.
But that... And they use an excuse to invade, but then Britain and France come in, but then Turkey requests, like, I'm thinking that friendship treaty that the Balkaners and Turkey sign in 47 is actually like a formal alliance, because they all joined NATO, remember?
Yeah.
So what's probably going to happen is that the Turks and the Balkaners want to get... They obviously send their navy, they send their air force, but they also want to get troops down there. But the only way to do that is through Syria. So they force a corridor opening in Syria. They're like, they pull a Germany in 1914 with Belgium, where they're like, hey, and the Syrians are like, no, because, you know, Ryan's just been commenting boats the entire time. I haven't even noticed that.
All right, here. So the Serbian Federation, the Balkan Federation's navy is just a bunch of rowboats. That's all it is. In the Bismarck. It's the Bismarck and a bunch of...
No, I'm thinking, like, what was left of the Kriegsmarine in, like, 1945?
No, because,
I don't
our
think
predecessors don't really focus on the Navy. We're more armored.
While it would be pretty memeable to have the Bismarck as a Balkan Federation boat, like the Allies would look how focused Britain was on destroying that one boat. I doubt it could get through the war. So
it'll either A, get sunk out in the Atlantic, or B, get firebombed by the Brits somewhere near the English Channel.
The Greek Navy was pretty large even before the war, and afterwards when they rebuilt it.
So was I don't really know a lot about Yugoslavia when it comes to navy power.
Yugoslavia really wasn't a naval power. And don't worry, Ryan.
It didn't have anything.
Yeah, we will talk about boats.
Eventually.
We would talk about boats, but we don't know enough about the Navy situation during that time.
And plus, tanks are more memey.
Yeah, I like tanks better. Greece, I know, had a fair amount of Greece had, I think after the war, bought some submarines.
Actually, I know Greece had some thicker 6 tons, but besides that, hold on, Greek.
They only had 6 tons before the war.
And I know they capped some from the Italians during the war. Greek tanks, World War II.
Well, I'm looking up Greek Navy. World War II.
Yeah, they did cap tanks from the Brits. They gave them some the original cruisers, the A-10s. They gave them some of those during the invasion. It's pretty epic.
Okay, apparently the can I make the Navy? Maybe, I don't know. Basically, apparently the Hellenic Royal Navy grew a lot during the war. They had 44 ships, mostly British, ex-British ships.
It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and after the war, because the Baltic Federation, it doesn't have many tanks during the war, especially after the war, so they sell them some for dirt cheap. Old Cromwells. They sell the Black Prince because they really have no use for it, and it actually serves as a template for a future MBT, and they sell a lot of comets too.
Nice. Apparently, 2 Greek destroyers participated in D-Day.
I feel bad for the 2 Greek destroyers. What are these people speaking?
Yeah.
Sentinel AC-1 exercise Tiger and major castings of the AC-1 exercise.
Yeah.
This is fucking.
What else?
How about today? Today, in the modern day.
Modern day? I mean, I don't really want to get to that just now.
Because it's modern day politics are boring because nobody's
I don't really care much about modern day politics. In terms of this.
About the fall of Communism.
Oh yeah. The Soviet Union collapses around the same time, or maybe they reform into can I make the boats? I guess maybe, I don't know. Draw up something about boats. Navy. I don't know. Just look at Greek and Yugoslav navies in that time. I don't know, and base it off of that. So yeah, what I'm thinking is that, the 70s continues, 70s or the 70s, 80s happens. I'm thinking that the Soviet Union, it'd be interesting if it didn't collapse, but instead it kind of reformed to what Gorbachev wanted to do.
It has to collapse at one point, because communism can't survive forever in this world.
Well, yeah, but
it really can't.
If you saw the plans that Gorbachev wanted to reform the Soviet Union to be a democratic system, a mostly non-communist. Yeah, look up, I think it was the New Union Treaty, I forget what it was called.
New Union.
Which was supposed to be, but the thing with the New Union Treaty is most of the Caucasus, I think, Armenia wasn't supposed to be in there anymore.
I feel so bad for Armenia.
Yeah.
So irrelevant.
Yeah, and then that's different. So, around the same time Germany is unified, we will have old U.S. subs. I mean, if we're having old Australian tanks, and I think... Well, not really old, but Australian tanks.
No, we should get a lot from the British in terms of naval power.
Yeah, get a lot from the British.
Because we get a lot from the Brits. Well, yeah. We get almost everything from the Brits. Our guns, our helmets, our uniforms, all that stuff.
So
from the Brits.
What I'm thinking is that... that around the same time the Soviet Union kind of collapses, obviously... Germany's reunified, and that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's a cluster.
Yeah, that's even more of a clusterfuck because most of Germany in this timeline was under communism. Why are my dogs barking? I don't know. 3 S-class subs, probably. I don't know.
I don't know jack about like anything.
Yeah,
when it comes to naval power, so just do whatever you want. There's not anything too OP or too modern for the interwar era. Okay.
For like 1950s, 1960s.
Yeah.
Like so like when the Soviet Union collapses, what ends up happening is
Oh, we need this for the memes, Michael.
Yeah, Iran. Obviously Persia reunifies. Like I'm thinking at the. Oh wait, what?
We need the Marmon Harrington 4.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna PM you it. It is so heavy. It's like the Puma but worse.
Hold up, I need to see this.
I'll PM you it.
I will put it up on screen for you guys to see. Okay.
It's the prototype. It proved too heavy.
Why am I not surprised? Okay, hold up, guys.
It's so janky. I need to find a diagram. Hold
up. Images. I'm gonna put this up on screen.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just a big meme. I found a diagram for it.
This is gonna be in our Balkan Federation army.
It actually gets used during the Suez Crisis as a scouting view. No. Avoid that. Wrong thing. Delete that. Here's copy image. I found some diagrams for PM it, so go on.
Okay. So yeah. Oh wait, what just happened? Oh, my audio is being weird. So yeah, basically after the Soviet Union collapses, Germany reunifies, Iran reunifies, because northern Iran was under Soviet influence, so it was its own Soviet republic. As I said before, there was an Azerbaijani republic that was declared in northern Iran. I'm thinking that that reunifies with Azerbaijan, and then that the Kurdish republic is because what I'm thinking will happen is Turkey is going to be they're going to have a lot more power, but they're going to be a lot like more. They're going to stay true to their roots as kind of like a more basically not Erdogan. Like basically anything that happened in Turkish politics in the last like 30 years is just eliminated, so we never get like that fucking watermelon seller dictator man.
The watermelon man.
So Turkey stays as kind of like a liberalized republic, except with a lot more influence places. Mm-hmm. So like I'm thinking that instead of a Kurdish state, like there's a massive like Kurdish autonomous like territory inside Turkey, and so so Turkey on paper it's a lot more stronger, but like obviously on the map it's a lot bigger. But as I said before, it's a lot of that land they really can't use because it's basically an autonomous Kurdish territory there. And yeah, I'm thinking after the Cold War ends, that Kurdish state in Iran is like invaded by. And it could be like the Turkish Chechnya. So.
Oh god, not Chechnya.
Oh god, not anything but Chechnya. Anything but Chechnya.
Do you know the current governor of Chechnya? He forced his 2 sons to fight in MMA, and they're like 6. I mean it. He is the biggest meme in politics out there.
Because I saw Chechnya was in the news recently because they like tried to like grab land from like some of the other republics.
Memey. And the sad thing is that Grozny is actually pretty cool.
Grozny,
really cool stuff.
Grozny is like but like I saw
fake, I know, but it's still epic.
Yeah, it's Chechnya, like because I saw that Chechnya was like trying to like land grab from some of the other republics nearby. Like they tried to like claim some like they struck a deal with one of the like nearby republics for a bunch of like unclaimed land.
Invades for Georgia.
I mean, Chechnya is probably gonna, if things are going the same way, Chechnya is probably gonna get into a military conflict with one of the other republics. Again. Yeah.
Because they dismantled like twice, and at one point Grozny was like the most destroyed city on Earth.
Yeah, I know.
It got so bad.
Yeah, I know.
Big meme.
I accidentally turned down my mic instead of my volume, so sorry about that. So, yeah, so that's the Turkish Chechnya. We have a Turkish Chechnya because, of course.
Turkish Chechnya war.
Turkish.
So far apart, yet they still invade each other.
Hold up. 1946 Iran crisis. Hold on, let me get this up.
I know, like, the USSR had their own, like, Vietnam. It was super popular back at home. I know in the 1980s they invaded some Middle Eastern country. I don't think it's Iran, but then again, I think it is Iran. Yeah, it was Afghanistan, and people in the Soviets hated it.
Yeah.
It was basically Vietnam too, but for the Soviets.
Why can't I, like... I can't, for some reason, like, capture, like...
The Virginia Blue Ridge Railroad.
I, for some reason, can't capture,
This is a great image. I'm gonna say this.
OBS won't let me capture, what's it called? Google Images. So, I'm just gonna have to...
That's a big gay.
Yeah, hold up. Let me bring up... I have a map here of, like... No, that's... Province ID map. No, that's not it. Where is it? Hold up. I have an image of, like, the republics of the Soviet Union, like, the countries of the Soviet Union kind of, like, were independent, like, Northern Iran. Okay, these boys. Basically, during the 1946... Because the Soviet Union occupied Northern Iran during World War II. But after the war, they refused to give it up. And these countries, like the Autonomous Republic of Azerbaijan and the Kurdish Republic of Mahabad, were declared to be independent, but they only lasted a couple months. So I'm thinking that because the Soviet Union never leaves Iran, these stay independent, and then once the Soviet Union collapses, Turkey invades Mahabad and includes it in the Autonomous Republic, and that's basically the Chechnya of Iran, of Turkey. And then the rest of Iran.
And they go into war with each other. And it's basically a repeat of the time the Russia kicked the shit out of Chechnya.
Yeah, it's just that. I don't know, maybe there'll be like a Mahabad war where like maybe Turkey's occupied dealing with those Syrians again. Because they need a corridor to like Israel and like the middle in like Egypt and stuff and like Israel, so they like basically permanently occupy a region. Or maybe they set up their own like puppet government there, but the other Syrian...
The Latin Republic.
The other Syrian... Maybe Syria is split in two, with, one government that's, Turkish and Balkan and Israeli, and then the other government, which is, Arab. And
I smell like Vietnam.
Yeah, but they remain independent. They remain separate forever? because Turkey needs that corridor to Egypt. Oh, there's just random stuff upstairs.
I'll be right back. I need to go grab some water and charge thing.
Okay, water epic time. We are a bunch of idiots. Boy, yeah, I mean, all this occurs after the war, so, it wouldn't make sense for, a Hoi 4 mod. It would be cool, though. It would be cool if we made it a Hoi 4 mod. Okay, let's get that down. Get those images down. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. So yeah, I don't know what me and Steven are going to do with this. I think we're going to write this all out. This is going to be a full alternate history timeline, I guess. It's going to be pretty nice. I don't really know what else to say right now. I really can't. Oh yeah. So I guess the Balkan Federation in modern times, it still exists. It's still a thing. Oh wait, Steven's back. Actually, here's a question for the Balkan Federation modern times. Does the EU still form?
It should.
Yeah, I think it should, because...
but the Balkans should not be a part of it. But Turkey joins in and kind of pressured them to join, so they finally joined.
Actually, why would Turkey want to join though?
No, because do you know how IRL Turkey rarely wants the euro? I don't know why.
Yeah.
I really don't know why. But
why
really
do they want to join the EU?
It?
That looks...
I don't even know. I really don't know.
That is stupid. That is like big stupid.
I guess maybe because they want more protection, and then they want to.
Why? They're like the biggest. Turkey's like Turkey's the biggest power in that region besides Israel. Like, why do they need? I
don't know why.
Why do they need protection? I don't know. So I'm thinking that they don't join the EU.
Yeah, and the Balkan Federation doesn't either.
Yeah, like the EU just kind of remains a Western European thing. Yeah, but then like
except for Romania, but they're the big gays. So.
Actually, I'm thinking that another thing I'm thinking is like maybe they could have like their own like EU thing, with the Balkan Federation, like Hungary, Hungary, Czechoslovakia.
Oh,
because Czechoslovakia and Poland.
Slovakia break up in our thing or no?
No.
All right.
Because
Slovakia.
I need to be able to say I'm part Czechoslovakian without saying I am part Czech and Slovak. I don't really know.
Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic.
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia. You have to call a country Czech. Just Czech. It's the Republic of Czech.
We're still gonna have Chechnya, by the way.
Yeah, but it'll be a bigger meme.
Yeah, it'll be an even bigger meme.
they invade Gibraltar and we go to war with them.
Like post like Soviet Russia is just so incompetent that they can't even defeat Chechnya.
No, it's just that they're so like bonkers. It's all new countries on. Even the U.S. was still super bonkers as soon as they ratified the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah. Finland takes back Karelia.
No, Finland invades Russia and
actually, not Gorbachev. Yeltsin actually proposed selling like the Kuril Islands back to Japan and like Viipuri back to the Finland, as like to help pay off some of Russia's debts during that time. So like, I mean, possible. That would be funny.
Finland buys St. Petersburg.
They'd buy, yeah, and no, they wouldn't do that.
Wait, with St. Petersburg, they buy St. Petersburg for the meat.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that like, yeah, let me get out a map. Because the original Eden plan was to kind of draw a wedge between like German influence and like Russian influence.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, the Eden plan was the main goal for the Eden plan to succeed was a Greco-Yugoslav union. So you might see Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, Poland, and Poland join in, and like maybe like I don't know. Maybe like Ukraine is like split in two or something, or I don't know.
So what happens after the war is that we invite Romania to join us, but they say no because they think they're strong, and then the Soviets invade. They're like, uh-oh.
Or there's a really good timeline on because alternatehistory.com is a pretty nice website.
Wait, hold up, what?
You don't? Oh, I guess.
Alternate history.
It's very epic. It's a forum site. And all that.
Oh, discussion. Oh, that sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't have an account. I'm just a lurker, but it's pretty nice. There's a timeline called Zhirinovsky's Russian Empire. Basically, Vladimir Zhirinovsky is this like crazy Russian like nationalist politician who wants to like restore the Russian Empire. And basically, what happens if he got in charge of Russia after the Soviet Union collapsed? If you want to laugh, look up like Vladimir Zhirinovsky and all the crazy stuff he said. One time he got so drunk that he rambled on about how he would have Russian scientists reverse the poles so that America would sink into the sea.
What?
He also declared Romania to be an artificial creation.
I remember that one time when Russia accused Henry Flagler of changing the weather there because the Key West extension affected stream apparently, but it all was proven false.
Oh. That's even better.
Henry Flagler is a big meme. The Key West extension caused weather change in Russia. It's beautiful.
Henry Flagler controls the weather.
Well, he didn't stop the hurricane.
He couldn't. Listen, if Russia thinks Henry Flagler can control the weather, then why didn't he stop the Labor Day hurricane?
Yeah. They're like, spaghetti. I'm gonna come into New Orleans. Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, we might have like a crazy like Zhirinovsky type just take over Russia, and then like I don't know. It's long. It's a good read if you want to like read. It's not hasn't been worked on in like several years, but like the stuff that's there is that has been written is amazing. I love it. Dogs go bork. Wait, can you actually hear that?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Do you hear my dogs barking?
Yes.
Oh, excellent,
They
guys.
sound like Henry Flagler Weiser.
Okay, I might just need to lean into my mic a lot more so I'm the same volume as Steven.
Mr. Flagler, please, we're all dying over
maybe,
here. Keep building.
Yeah, maybe I can just turn you down. Hold up, Steven, talk.
Hi.
Talk again.
Hello.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think the audio is...
Mr. Flagler, please, we all have malaria before we even hit island. We are all going to die of E. coli, so keep building. Mr. Flagler, the U.S. is going to sue us for changing the Gulf Stream. Keep building. Mr. Flagler, did I stutter? Keep building.
Did I fucking stutter?
I love how he reached Key West. He was blind and he was so sad. He's like, I can hear the children, but I can't see them.
Oh.
That was an actual quote by him. I have it in the book.
Oh.
I love how the 7 Mile Bridge is still around. A lot of it is. It's just they're like, yeah, I'm still alive, bitches.
Yeah. Back to Balkan Federation. So yeah, that might be an idea.
Invade the Conch Republic.
The Conch Republic? Oh god.
No, it's actually called the Conch Republic.
We
Get it right or
need
die.
to have some, like, country officially recognized, like Sealand and the Conch Republic.
Sealand and maybe all of the nation's former union. Wait, what those few islands that all the gays they went to in Australia?
I don't know.
the Homo Republic. I love how Australia had like no big towns, and their central reason all the other big towns are coastal.
Yeah.
They're all too scared to face the emus.
They're all too scared to face the emus.
We need to deploy emus against the Panzer Force. For
oh
the
god.
memes.
The emus rise up in Australia.
Bertolini should have listened to generals.
Oh.
Have you seen the vid that potential history made of the emu war?
That's great.
It's so.
We're not even on the Balkan, like, discussing about, like, the alternate history scenario we crafted out. We're just talking about random stuff now.
That's the great thing about your streams.
Yeah.
Belgrade, that one town that's too small to be a capital.
We need a bunch of other meme stuff for our...
Builds exact Bismarck replicas, like 40 of
them. Some like insane like
tank.
We need some like Balkan like billionaire, like I don't know, maybe he owned like the rail network or like oil company or something, or like a mining conglomerate. He's like a big fan of history, so he just builds a Bismarck replica.
And he builds like 40 bombs. No, we buy the bomb sample from New Zealand and put it into production.
Now we're just memeing at this point. This isn't even serious.
No, we should, as like for the National Guard, and they're used to the 1970s.
I don't.
Just
I don't know.
like as a SWAT team
thing. Ryan is begging to join this.
I don't know.
Okay, no, Ryan, not now. Okay, how long has this been
It's still in
going
its
on?
infancy. It's
Yeah,
been on
we still
for like
haven't
40
written like
minutes.
anything for this.
It's not official
I
yet. It's
I
just
I want to
brainstorm.
turn no seriously. I actually want to turn this into like a timeline that we can put up on like alternatehistory.com.
No, because it's actually smart because there's not a great resources to make the economy in this area.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a weak boy. It wouldn't be a Greece. It wouldn't be
No,
bounds in depth because Greece is very small.
it'd be a lot stronger, but like I don't know.
Greece, give me money, please. Here's the money. I'm gonna go build Roman stuff now. Goodbye.
Ah.
The I Thessalonikia. My entire life I can never pronounce that.
Thessaloniki.
Thessaloniki. Thank you, Thessaloniki.
Or its alternate name is Salonika.
Salonica sounds a lot better, but whatever.
We can just keep it Salonika. I mean, both names are interchangeable.
I prefer Salonika.
Until after World War II, like you could get away with calling it Salonika and no one would care, but now it's just you kind of have to call it Thessaloniki because
Kosovo.
Kosovo is not gonna happen because Albania is a part of the Balkan Federation.
No, I just love how memey it is. On Google Maps, it isn't even like an official thing. It's just dotted borders. Oh yeah, because Albania will be joining. So my idea is that after we kick the Italians out of Albania, we occupy it for a few years after the war, and then we give a choice to join us or go on its own with a tad bit of economic aid, and they choose to join us out of fear of us.
They're like, we don't want to be. Well,
we don't want to get beamed.
We don't want to get beamed, yeah. But like, Kosovo is a part of like the Albanian Republic or something.
No, we don't really recognize Kosovo anymore, so they kind of do their own thing. It's like what? It's like the Moldavian, I forgot his name, but it's kind of like and we do claim the Liberland area.
Liberland, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well,
yeah. I forgot it is Serbia. I'm big dumb. It's right on that.
I mean,
love
it's
how
all
poorly
just
the borders are.
Yeah, it's like really, it's not claimed by.
Horrible.
You know how you could piss off the other country because Serbia and Croatia hate each other because of Yugoslavia. You know how one country could just piss off the other? Just claim that territory. The other country will pitch a fit, but then you can just use the excuse, well, you didn't claim it. So
no, I love how the Balkans, like that one family who like hate each other. All the siblings and they constantly fight.
They just keep beating each other up, basically.
I love how memey they are.
When is my prediction is when are the Balkans going to explode again? Because it's inevitable.
I want to see that. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see a good war.
I want to see a good war over the Balkans.
I know it will start with Croatia. Like, Croatia was always power free.
Well, yeah. Well, most of it's innate. If a war were to start in the Balkans, it'd be between Serbia and Kosovo because those are the only two countries that are like not in NATO. In the
Kosovo is like that one.
Or maybe it'd work like maybe like Srpska gets so pissed off at the rest of Bosnia, they're like, yeah, we're Serbia now, and then there's a war over it. Is Bosnia part of NATO?
I don't even know when. I keep on forgetting about Bosnia.
Bosnia is not a part of NATO.
Oh, and I forgot North Macedonia and Montenegro.
So yeah, if there were a war, it would start over like Srpska or Kosovo, which. Well, if you want to see a really memeable war, just look at the Donbass. The Donbass.
Oh god, not the Donbass.
Actually, the Ukrainian president basically said he wants to like try to negotiate with the people in the Donbass. So I don't know what's gonna happen with there. The war might be ending there, but
I'm surprised that the Russian invasion of Ukraine didn't spawn something. to be honest.
I'm surprised it never happened because you had that like confrontation like last year where like
Yeah.
the Russians like blew up a Ukrainian vessel and like or seized a Ukrainian vessel in like in the Black Sea in the Gulf of Azov.
How Putin is like super sketchy and how he would always cheat to win.
Like there must have been a reason why um like they never like that conflict never like escalated further. I think
Ukraine is the doormat.
I think you with that Ukraine just I think with that entire situation Ukraine just kind of like didn't respond or like do anything because they didn't want like the eastern part of their country to like because those separatists in the Donbass they want to join Russia. Russia could have totally like seized that land like they did Crimea with no like repercussions, but they didn't. I don't know. Maybe, there's probably something that I'm missing, but I don't know.
I can't believe how big like the USSR was at peak. It was absolutely humongous.
It was big. It was big country. It was thick.
it was big. It could basically devour the U.S. and Alaska.
Yeah.
I did have a couple of ideas where that whole area between the Ukraine and Kazakhstan becomes a country. Like everything south of Volgograd and everything north of the Georgia border becomes an independent nation, capital being Grozny.
Oh, just why Grozny? If that were the case, it'd most likely be like a Cossack republic with like its location in like Kuban or something.
No, the only reason why I chose Grozny is because their government building is absolutely beautiful.
Well, yeah.
The only reason why
that's
was for the government building.
If you were a country there, realistically, the capital would be like Kuban or maybe even Zaristan or Volgrad or Stalingrad. Just call it
the biggest
Stalingrad.
town like deep in there is Krasnodar.
Krasnodar? Yeah, that's in Kuban. That's in Kuban.
Krasnodar, yeah. And it maybe even merge with Ukraine somewhat because there's that one. Oh yeah, roundabout. Just there. Maybe that could be an independent nation.
See, the problem with that is in order for something like that to happen, you need to like never have like the Holodomor happen. Like you need.
Oh God, not that.
You would need the Ukrainian like there to still be a significant Ukrainian population there, which there isn't.
That was unironically sad.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Although a large Ukraine is something fairly interesting to think about.
Because Ukraine is so memeable now because it's like it's a Soviet stepping stone now, essentially. Even back then it was a Soviet stepping stone.
They literally elected a comedian who played the president on TV as their president. Zelensky.
Ukraine. It's like Sonal, California, how they elected a dog as their mayor.
Yeah, basically, I guess it's the Ukrainian version of SNL. He was a comedian, right? I can never pronounce his first name, Volodymyr Zelensky. But then he's like, and then he's like, because I forget who was the last Ukrainian president. Basically, he was so incompetent. Where was he preceded by? I forget.
Wait, are we finished?
No, we're still talking.
The whole lore?
Oh, Poroshenko. I'm just talking about Ukraine now.
So do you want to end the stream or no?
Yeah, soon. So, yeah, because Poroshenko, like, obviously after Russia annexed Crimea, like, I think Poroshenko was in there, but he basically failed to do anything that was promised to him. And then, Zelensky was a comedian who played the president on the Ukrainian version of SNL. But then, after he played that part, they took a poll, like, who would you want as president, Poroshenko or Zelensky? And everyone picked Zelensky. So he was like, well, I might as well run.
It's Twitter poll. They do their elections on Twitter. That should be a meme about our country. We do our elections on Twitter. It's like, who do you want to vote for? Election. And there's a big scandal about it in like 2000. 19. This is a big meme.
we need to have a Zelensky analog just run as president of the Balkan Federation.
Elect the big funny man for president.
We need to come up with like the most like Slavic sounding name possible.
No way. No, and he needs to resemble like the TF2 heavy in some way, and like it looks. Like this bald, really muscular man.
Yeah.
And he's super short. He's really short.
Yeah.
And he goes to like UN meetings completely uninvited. Just sits down like, yeah.
Yes, it is Balkan Federation.
Yes, I am serious, man.
Yeah, he basically, we need to have like a funny backstory where he basically like he stumbled drunken, like he went to a rally. Like I'm thinking that he went to like a rally for the president, like a president, and then like he started shouting at him.
Yeah, like
he started ranting outside, and people were like, "Hey, this guy's pretty good," and then he just like. Then he founded his own political party and was elected president.
Politics.
And then because it's still gonna be a kingdom, right? Because we're still gonna have the king.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like Constantine like the Fifth or whatever.
No, we shouldn't have parliament though.
No, I'm thinking
because parliament's the big no.
I'm thinking we actually have a parliament though.
And it'd be very small, because I don't like a parliament at all. It's too complicated, to be honest. Because then all of retiring states will argue over seats. But isn't Kosovo have the same parliament? North Macedonia.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I need to draw this too. It's a short TF2 heavy.
No, because maybe like. No, because I want like a monarchy there, or maybe it's like it roughly goes along the same timeline as like the actual Greek Republic, where like the monarchy is like abolished sometime in like the 70s, and it like becomes like
why not
like a parliamentary system like Ukraine.
No, because the king has to do something in like the 70s or 1960s, like get involved in or do like a personal thing that everyone hates and they over.
Yeah, and there's a referendum, and then it becomes like a Ukraine, like the system might be like based off like Ukraine, and then that's how we could have the president.
Yeah, and then we basically treat him like Mussolini and just like tie time to and just throw tomatoes at him.
Yeah, or maybe he's given. Maybe, like, the king is, like, given special status, like the Emperor of Japan, where he's, like, officially the ruler of the country, but, like, he has no power.
Did you see that? Did you see that meme I posted in meme Helen in your server?
In my server?
Yeah. Did you see the one with R.I.P. button over CEO monarch of USA 1308, 1941, and it shows Winston Churchill in the United States of Anarchism that has the Israeli flag.
I'm bringing this up, by the way, on screen.
Going to me, it's so beautiful. I found it somewhere on the internet. He was a great man, Mr. Benito.
Benito Hirohito.
Winston Churchill, the United States.
No. You know what would be better? You know what would be even better? Because it's the United States of Anarchism, but it's South Sudan, so it's not even wrong. Number one, it's not even wrong. Number two, if you wanted to make this even more of a meme, you have to change the names of the countries around the map.
USA, UK. Russia, USSR, Sudan.
Hold on, I have another image that's similar to this one. Let me bring it up. Image. Okay, which one is it?
God, I can't wait for July 27th. It's our Judgment Day.
Yeah, Gibraltar is Serbia.
See,
if you want to do one of these memes, this is how you do it. Because you got Gibraltar is Serbia. You have, I think, the Sphinx, like an edited image of the Sphinx. The Argentinian flag, and then it says "End China's occupation in Gibraltar." Then it has an Israeli flag that crossed out, and then it's a picture. It's a picture of Crimea, with Ukraine being Serbia and Russia being China, with the Baltic Sea and the Pacific Ocean, and then it has, I think this is like,
I think
it's like Hebrew or something. I don't know. This is just a blessed image.
I know what to add, literally.
This is too good. This is too good.
I know what to make it even more blessed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well. Okay, I think... How long has this been going on?
I can't be for more than an hour now.
It's exactly an hour.
I got big right.
Anyways.
Boot up the old Paint 3D. Add this good in.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end this here. So yeah, I'll get started on like writing the actual like at least like a brief summary of the history of the Balkan Federation, like Wikipedia style. And then I don't know, maybe I'll throw it up on alternatehistory.com. Also, Steven, if I was also gonna research a bunch of random ass short lines, but like Steven, you should create an alternate history account and just have one long thread where you just have alternate history of short line railroads.
And then the Rock Pacific becomes real.
2026 Productions, boats. Okay, Ryan is back with his boats.
Although,
if the Rock Island Union Pacific merger happened, it'd still just be Union Pacific, because Union Pacific consumes all.
I want to call it Rock Pacific for the...
Yes.
Rock Pacific.
That is just cursed. That is just beyond cursed.
Oh, the Rock Island will rise again. It's a mighty good road.
What the heck? Okay, I'm not even gonna...
We should elect John Ash as a... because everyone loves him.
The president of the Rock. I mean, they wanted Perlman as the president of the Rock Island, but he's like, even I can't turn this around.
I mean, for our country.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Rock Island.
Have Johnny Cash be elected as the king of our country because everyone loves him.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end this here. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment.
Subscribe to Jeep Studios for Rails Rail.
Yeah, I'll put the link. Join the Discord server. Join the Discord server. What else?
Ryan, why do you do this, Ryan?
Is he just spamming boats again?
No, it's the Chessie Light, but worse.
Oh god, okay, I have to look at that. Okay, so please like, subscribe, comment. If you're watching us afterwards, please comment. Tell us what you think. Yes. Please join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter if you want. Subscribe to Jeep Studios for something incredibly blessed coming up. And we will see you in the next one.
Stay Mr. Vegetable, my friend.
Bye.